Sarah Martinez wiped the sweat from her forehead with the back of her hand, her feet throbbing inside her worn-out sneakers. The diner's clock ticked loudly, 3:47 p.m. Only 2 more hours left on her double shift, but time felt like it was crawling. She glanced over at her 5-year-old daughter, Lily, sitting in the corner booth with crayons and a coloring book. The daycare had closed unexpectedly, and Sarah had no choice but to bring Lily to work. Again. The diner buzzed with the lunch crowd, truckers, office workers, and tired parents. Sarah weaved between tables, balancing plates of greasy fries and burgers. Her apron pockets jingled with loose coins and crumpled dollar bills. Tips were decent today, but her mind was already calculating. 12 for Lily's inhaler fill, for Lily's sinhaler fill, 30 for groceries, maybe $5 left for gas. Lily waved at her, holding up a drawing of a rainbow. Sarah forced a smile and blew her a kiss. Her daughter's innocence was a bright spot in her never-ending routine, but guilt gnawed at her. Lily deserved more than coloring in a diner booth while her mom worked herself to the bone. "Order up," barked Joe, the cook, sliding a plate of pancakes onto the counter. Sarah grabbed it, her fingers brushing against the hot ceramic. She delivered it to a grumpy old man in a flannel shirt, who grunted without looking up. Typical, she thought. She refilled a customer's coffee. The diner door swung open. A tall man in a crisp navy blue suit stepped in, his polished shoes clicking against the checkered floor. His silver hair was neatly combed, and his face wore a permanent frown. Sarah recognized him instantly. Mr. Thompson. He came in every Thursday, always at 4 p.m., always ordering black coffee and a dry toast. And he never tipped. Her coworker, Maria, nudged her. "Good luck," she whispered, rolling her eyes. Sarah took a deep breath and approached his usual booth by the window. "Good afternoon, Mr. Thompson, the usual?" He didn't look up from his phone. "Yes," quickly. She nodded and hurried to the counter, her cheeks burning. "Just don't mess up," she told herself. Joe handed her the coffee and toast, and she carried it back, careful not to spill a drop. "Here you go, sir," she said, placing the items down. He grunted, already typing on his phone. Sarah turned away, relieved, but as she walked back to the counter, a high-pitched giggle made her freeze. Lily had slipped out of her booth. Sarah's heart leapt to her throat as she watched her daughter skip across the diner, her tiny legs carrying her straight toward Mr. Thompson's table. The man was too absorbed in his phone to notice the little girl approaching. "Lily, no!" Sarah hissed under her breath, dropping her notepad and rushing forward. But it was too late. Lily stopped in front of Mr. Thompson, her eyes wide with curiosity. Without warning, she threw her arms around his legs, pressing her cheek against his knee. "Your tie's so shiny," she exclaimed, pointing at the gold stripes on his navy tie. The diner fell silent. A fork clattered against a plate. Maria covered her mouth. Sarah froze mid-step, her stomach twisting. "This is it," she thought. "He's going to yell. He'll get me fired." Mr. Thompson stiffened, his face unreadable. Slowly, he set his phone down and looked at the child clinging to him. Sarah lunged forward, grabbing Lily's arm. "I'm so sorry, sir. She didn't mean any—" "Wait," he interrupted, holding up a hand. His voice was low, but not unkind. Sarah's breath hitched. Lily looked up at him, unafraid, her curls bouncing. To everyone's shock, Mr. Thompson's stern expression softened. He bent down, his expensive suit wrinkling, and met Lily's gaze. "What's your name, little one?" he asked quietly. "Lily," she chirped, grinning. "I'm 5. He studied her for a moment, then reached into his pocket. Sarah's pulse raced. Was he reaching for his wallet? A business card? Instead, he pulled out a silver pen and handed it to Lily. "For your drawings," he said. Lily gasped, clutching the pen like a treasure. "Thank you, mister." Mr. Thompson stood abruptly, his face hardening again as if he'd caught himself doing something wrong. He tossed a $100 bill onto the table, far more than the coffee and toast cost, and strode out of the diner without a word. Sarah stared at the money, her hands shaking. Maria rushed over, eyes wide. "Did that just happen?" But Sarah couldn't speak. She knelt and pulled Lily close, her mind racing. Why would a stranger give her daughter a gift? Why $100? Lily twirled the pen in her fingers, oblivious to the chaos she'd caused. Mommy, look, it's sparkly, Lily said, beaming. Sarah forced a smile, but worry gnawed at her. Men like Mr. Thompson didn't do nice things for no reason. Was this a trick? A cruel joke? She pocketed the money, her cheeks flushing with shame. She needed it too badly to refuse. As the diner returned to its usual noise, Sarah glanced out the window. Mr. Thompson's black car was still parked outside. Through the tinted glass, she could have sworn she saw him watching them. But why? Sarah's hands shook as she tucked the $100 bill into her apron pocket. The diner hummed back to life around her, but her eyes kept darting to the black car parked outside. The tinted windows hid its occupant, but she felt watched. Was Mr. Thompson still there? Why? You okay? Maria asked, nudging her with an elbow. You look like you've seen a ghost. Sarah forced a laugh. Just tired. She busied herself wiping tables, stealing glances at Lily, who now scribbled wildly with her new pen. The silver glint of it made Sarah uneasy. Gifts from strangers aren't free, her mother's voice warned in her head. By closing time, Sarah's feet screamed for mercy. She counted her tips behind the counter, 43 in small bills, plus the crisp 43 in small bills, plus the crisp 100. Her throat tightened. That money could cover Lily's medication and groceries. But as she folded the cash, a slip of paper fluttered to the floor. Call this number. No name, no explanation. Just 10 digits written in sharp, slanted handwriting. Sarah's stomach dropped. Maria peeked over her shoulder. Whoa, secret admirer? Not funny, Sarah muttered, stuffing the note into her jeans. She bundled Lily into her worn winter coat and stepped into the icy evening. The black car was gone. At home, Lily chattered about her shiny pen friend while Sarah microwaved frozen noodles. The note burned in her pocket. Call this number. Was it a trap? A sick joke? But Mr. Thompson had seemed different when he spoke to Lily, not the cold man she knew. After tucking Lily into bed, Sarah stared at her cracked phone screen. The number glowed in the dark. What if it's a job? She dared to hope. What if it's worse? Her finger hovered over the dial button. Before she could chicken out, she pressed it. 1 ring. 2, Thompson Enterprises. A crisp female voice answered. How may I direct your call? Sarah's tongue stuck to the roof of her mouth. I got this number from Mr. Thompson. At the diner? Yes. Hold, please. Elevator music played. Sarah paced the tiny kitchen, heart pounding. This is crazy, Ms. Martinez. Mr. Thompson's voice cut through the silence, deeper and quieter than she remembered. I'd like to meet. Tomorrow. 10 a.m. Meet? Why? A pause. Your daughter. Lily. She reminds me of someone. His tone softened, almost cracked. Come to my office. The address will be texted to you. The line went dead. Sarah slumped into a chair, trembling. On the table, Lily's rainbow drawing smiled up at her. What if this is our chance? But fear prickled her skin. Men like him didn't help waitresses out of kindness. The next morning, Sarah stood outside a glass skyscraper downtown, Lily's hand clutched in hers. The texted address loomed over them. Are we meeting the shiny tie man? Lily asked, swinging their linked hands. Yes, baby. But stay close, okay? The lobby gleamed with marble floors. A security guard eyed Sarah's thrift store coat but nodded her to the elevator. On the 15th floor, doors opened to a sleek office. Ms. Martinez, a secretary said coolly. He's waiting. Mr. Thompson sat behind a mahogany desk, stern, as ever. But his eyes flickered to Lily, who hid behind Sarah's legs. Sit, he said. Sarah obeyed, back rigid. Lily peeked at him. Your tie's blue today. A ghost of a smile touched his lips. Indeed. He folded his hands. Ms. Martinez, I'm offering you a job. My assistant retired. The position includes training, benefits, and triple your current pay. Sarah's breath vanished. Why, me? He opened a drawer, pulled out a framed photo. A little girl with curls like Lily grinned in the picture. My Clara, he said roughly. Leukemia, 7 years ago. His knuckles whitened. Your daughter. Her laugh. He cleared his throat. I've watched you work. You're relentless. That's what this company needs. Sarah's eyes flooded. Triple the pay. No more diner grease, no more choosing between food and medicine. But doubt whispered, why trust him? Lily tugged her sleeve. Mommy, say yes. You'll have time to play now. Mr. Thompson's jaw tightened as if holding back emotion. Take tonight to decide. He slid a business card across the desk. But know this, it's not charity. You'll earn every penny. On the bus ride home, Lily slept against Sarah's shoulder. The card dug into Sarah's palm. Triple the pay. She could finally breathe. But what if she failed? What if he changed? His mind? That night, Sarah lay awake. Clara's photo etched in her mind. A grieving father's offer, or a lonely man's guilt. Did it matter? At dawn, she texted the number. I'll take the job. The reply was instant. Start Monday. Sarah woke Lily with a kiss. We're going to be okay, baby. But as they danced around the kitchen, Sarah's smile wavered. High-paying jobs didn't fall from the sky. What price would this kindness cost? Monday morning arrived with a sharp knock on Sarah's door. A woman in a gray suit stood outside holding a clipboard. Mr. Thompson sent me. I'm Emily, your temporary babysitter. Sarah blinked. Babysitter? He said you'd need childcare for Lily during work hours, Emily said, smiling. My credentials are on file. I'll take her to the park, help with meals, and stay till you return. Lily peeked from behind Sarah's legs. Are you a princess? She asked, pointing at Emily's pearl earrings. Emily laughed. Just a helper. Want to see my sticker collection? Sarah's throat tightened. Mr. Thompson had thought of everything, but this kindness felt like a trapdoor. What if it vanished beneath her? Still, she had no choice. She kissed Lily goodbye, her chest aching as the door closed. Downtown, the office tower felt colder than before. Sarah's old sneakers squeaked on the polished floor. The secretary, Ms. Green, handed her a badge. Your desk is there. Don't touch Mr. Thompson's coffee machine. Sarah's desk was a small table wedged between filing cabinets. A sticky note read, Sort these by Friday. She stared at the mountain of paperwork. Legal documents, contracts, invoices, all gibberish to her. At 9 a.m., Mr. Thompson stormed in, barking orders. Conference call in 10, where's the Jensen report? Sarah froze. I don't know, sir. He pinched the bridge of his nose. Check the filing cabinet. She scrambled, fingers trembling. The folders blurred. Jensen, found it, she gasped, thrusting a file at him. He scanned it, then glared. This is last year's. Sarah's face burned. I'm sorry, I'll just watch this time, he snapped, yanking the correct file himself. By noon, Sarah's eyes stung from unshed tears. She'd spilled coffee, misfiled reports, and dialed the wrong number twice. Ms. Green smirked whenever Mr. Thompson scolded her. I'm failing, Sarah thought. He'll fire me by week's end. During lunch, she hid in the bathroom, chewing a granola. Her phone buzzed, a photo from Emily. Lily laughing on a swing, silver pen tucked behind her ear. Sarah's vision blurred. I have to keep this job. That afternoon, Mr. Thompson tossed a thick book onto her desk. Business Law Basics. Read chapters 1 to 3 tonight, quiz tomorrow. Quiz? But you'll learn, he said softer. Or you'll drown. At home, Lily chattered about Emily's stickers while Sarah stared at the book. Legal terms swam on the page. Consideration, breach of contract. Her eyes drooped. Mommy, play dolls with me, Lily begged. Not now, baby. But you promised, Sarah snapped. I said no. Lily's lip quivered. Sarah instantly regretted it. She pulled her close. I'm sorry, Mommy's just tired. Later, as Lily slept, Sarah studied under a flickering lamp. At 2 a.m., she woke slumped over the book, drool staining a page about liability. Tuesday's quiz was a disaster. "What's a non-disclosure agreement?" Mr. Thompson asked, pacing. Sarah gulped. A secret promise? Vague. Unacceptable. Her cheeks flamed, but instead of firing her, he tossed another book. Accounting. Principles. Chapters 1 to 2, quiz Thursday. That week repeated like a nightmare. Sarah stumbled through tasks, surviving on coffee and panic. Mr. Thompson's patience thinned, but he kept her. Friday afternoon, Ms. Green slammed a folder down. "Mr. Thompson wants this shredded. Now." Sarah hurried to the shredder, tripping over her own feet. Papers flew, and one photo fluttered out. A little girl with Lily's curls riding a pony. "Clara," Sarah realized. "What are you doing?" Mr. Thompson's voice boomed. Sarah scrambled up, photo in hand. I'm sorry, it fell." He snatched it, jaw clenched. For a heartbeat, raw pain flashed in his eyes. Then he locked himself in his office. Sarah stood frozen. The shredder hummed. Ms. Green sneered. "Don't poke old wounds, princess." At 5 p.m., Sarah collected Lily from Emily. "How was work?" Emily asked. "Fine," Sarah lied. On the bus, Lily frowned. "Mommy, why do you smell like sad?" Sarah hugged her. "Just growing pains, baby." That night, Mr. Thompson called. "Come in tomorrow, 9 a.m. "Tomorrow's Saturday," Sarah said. "Do you want the job or not?" The office was empty. Mr. Thompson sat at her desk, sleeves rolled up. "Sit, we're starting over." For hours, he drilled her on filing, phone etiquette, even how to hold a pen. "No slouching," he barked. "Confidence matters." Exhausted, Sarah muttered, "Why are you doing this?" He paused. "Because Clara believed people deserve second chances." He stood abruptly. "Same time tomorrow." Sunday's lesson focused on coffee, the exact temperature, the right creamer ratio. "Why does this matter?" Sarah asked. "Because details build trust," he said, sipping her brew. Almost drinkable. Monday morning, Sarah arrived early. When Mr. Thompson demanded the Jensen file, she handed it instantly. He raised an eyebrow. "Correct. Progress." At lunch, Ms. Green dropped a stack of mail. "Sort it." Sarah noticed a pink envelope addressed to Mr. Thompson. "Return label, St. Jude Children's Hospital." Curiosity burned, but she placed it on his desk. That afternoon, he called her in. The pink envelope lay open, a donation receipt inside. "You didn't peek?" he asked. "No, sir." He nodded, almost approving. Next lesson, discretion. Weeks passed. Sarah stopped drowning. She memorized coffee orders, aced quizzes, even fixed the printer. Ms. Green's smirks faded. One evening, Mr. Thompson handed her a manuscript. "Edit this. Notes by Monday." "But I'm not an editor," Sarah said. "You read to Lily, don't you?" "Same thing. Find the heart of the story." At home, Sarah devoured the pages. A mystery novel. She scribbled notes in the margins, losing track of time. Lily curled up beside her, tracing the words. "You're magic, Mommy," she whispered. Monday, Mr. Thompson read her notes silently. For 10 agonizing minutes, Sarah picked at her nails. Finally, he looked up. "You're hired. As your assistant? As junior editor." He slid a new contract across the desk. "Salary doubles. Benefits include daycare subsidies." Sarah's hands shook. "Why?" He glanced at Lily's drawing pinned on his wall, a rainbow from weeks ago. "Because Clara loved stories," he said quietly. "And you listen." That night, Sarah spun Lily around their tiny kitchen. "We're safe, baby, we're safe." But as she signed the contract, her pen hovered over the line. Mr. Thompson's grief was a ghost in every kindness. What if helping her was his way of clinging to Clara? What happened when he let go? Sarah's new desk as a junior editor sat closer to Mr. Thompson's office, a space cluttered with manuscripts and sticky notes. The promotion meant better pay, but also sharper glares from Ms. Green, who now snapped, "Don't forget your old friends," whenever Sarah passed. Her first task was editing a memoir by a war journalist. The pages were heavy with trauma, and Sarah stayed up nights, red-eyed, scribbling notes. Lily would crawl into her lap, tracing the words. "Why's the man so sad, Mommy?" "He saw too much," Sarah whispered. At work, Mr. Thompson grunted at her edits. "Too emotional, focus on facts." Sarah bit her tongue. But when the author called to praise her notes, you understood the pain. Mr. Thompson slid a coffee onto her desk. No words, just a nod. One afternoon, Sarah found Lily's daycare report in her bag. A note read, "Lily drew Mr. T and me during story time." The sketch showed a stick figure man with a blue tie holding hands with a tiny girl. Sarah's chest ached. She pinned it beside her computer. Mr. Thompson noticed. He stared at it during a meeting, his face unreadable. That evening he left early, something he never did. The next day a courier delivered a box to Sarah's desk. Inside were children's books, Charlotte's Web, Matilda, The Little Prince. A card read, "For Lily, T." "He stole these from Clara's shelf, you know," Ms. Green muttered later. Pathetic. Sarah's heart sank. Was Lily just a replacement? She almost returned the books until Lily hugged them that night, whispering, "Tell Mr. T thank you." Work grew tense. A famous author's manuscript arrived, riddled with errors. Sarah stayed late, rewriting chapters. At 8 p.m., Mr. Thompson appeared, sleeves rolled up. "Read aloud, I'll listen." They worked in silence, his pen scratching corrections beside hers. When Lily's daycare called, she had a fever. Mr. Thompson drove them to the clinic himself. "Lean the seat back," he ordered, handing Sarah a blanket from his trunk. It smelled like cedar and old books. At the clinic, Lily slept on Sarah's lap. Mr. Thompson stood stiffly by the vending machine. "Clara, she had asthma too," he said suddenly. "The nights in hospitals, they never end." Sarah's breath caught. "Is that why you hired me?" He gripped a coffee cup, crumpling it. "I hired you because you fight. Like she did." The moment shattered when doctors called Lily's name. Days later, Sarah discovered a donation receipt in the printer. $50,000 to the children's clinic dated the night of Lily's fever. Her eyes welled. She confronted him. "You didn't have to do this." "I didn't," he said coldly. "The company did," but his trembling hands betrayed him. Sarah's trust in him deepened, even as Ms. Green's hostility grew. "Watch your back," Maria warned over diner coffee. "Rich men don't change." One rainy Tuesday, disaster struck. Sarah misplaced a signed contract, a deal worth millions. Ms. Green pounced. "Thompson's on the warpath. It was your mess." Sarah tore the office apart, panic rising. Lily's daycare called. She'd forgotten pickup. Mr. Thompson found her sobbing in the supply closet. "Go," he said gruffly. "I'll handle this." At daycare, Lily hugged her unfazed. Mr. T called. He said, "You're a superhero who lost her cape." The next morning, the contract lay on Sarah's desk. Mr. Thompson's note. "Check your email backups." He'd stayed till 3 a.m. searching. "Why?" Sarah asked him. "Because," he said, avoiding her gaze. "Clara once lost her favorite doll. Someone helped her find it." Sarah realized then, helping her let him rewrite his past. But what happened when her mistakes outran his redemption? The answer came too soon. During a board meeting, Sarah presented edits on a best-selling author's new book. The CEO sneered, "Since when do diner girls know literature?" Mr. Thompson stood icy calm. "Since they understand heartbreak better than phonies." The room froze. Later, he stormed out, cursing. Sarah found him in his office, clutching Clara's photo. "I'm resigning," she blurted. "I'm hurting your reputation." He slammed the picture down. "You stay. They adapt." That night, Sarah opened Lily's new journal. Inside, Mr. Thompson had scribbled, "For when words fail." But as she flipped through, a folded letter fell out. Clara's handwriting. "Dear Daddy, I'm scared. Will the angels know I love frogs?" Sarah's blood ran cold. Why had he given her this? Was it a cry for help or a warning? Sarah stared at Clara's letter, the child's shaky handwriting blurring through her tears. "Will the angels know I love frogs?" Lily's journal lay open beside her, filled with rainbows and stick figures. Why had Mr. Thompson hidden this there? Did he want Sarah to see it? Or was it a mistake? The next morning, Sarah marched into the office, the letter crumpled in her fist. Ms. Green smirked as she passed. "Sleep well, Princess?" Mr. Thompson was at his desk, staring at Clara's photo. Sarah slammed the letter down. "Why was, this in Lily's journal?" He flinched, then shut his eyes. "A mistake. I didn't mean, she's not Clara." Sarah's voice broke. "Lily's my daughter, not a ghost." Mr. Thompson stood abruptly, knocking over his coffee. "You think I don't know that?" His voice trembled. "Every time Lily laughs, I remember. But I'm not trying to replace her. I'm trying to survive." Sarah froze. The raw pain in his words mirrored her own. Late nights worrying about bills, Lily's health, never being enough. "I'm sorry," he whispered, sinking into his chair. "The letter, Clara wrote it days before she died. I've carried it everywhere, must have slipped into the journal by accident." Sarah's anger faded. She handed the letter back. She loved frogs. A faint smile touched his lips. Had a terrarium full of them. Drove her mother mad. For the first time, Sarah glimpsed the man behind the suit. A grieving father, not a tycoon. Lily would have loved her, she said softly. He nodded, eyes glistening. Clara would have liked. You too. The moment shattered when Ms. Green burst in, waving a document. "The board's demanding answers. The Jensen deal's falling apart because of her edits." Sarah paled. The Jensen manuscript, she'd suggested softening a corrupt character, Mr. Thompson snatched the paper. "Get out," he growled at Ms. Green, but out. Alone, he turned to Sarah. "Explain your edits." "The character. He reminded me of my ex," she admitted. "Charming but toxic. I wanted readers to see the warning signs." Mr. Thompson read her notes silently. "It's bold, risky, but honest." He tossed the document aside. "I'll handle the board." Sarah's relief was short-lived. At lunch, Ms. Green cornered her in the break room. "You're a liability," she hissed. "He'll toss you out once he's bored." "You don't know him," Sarah said. "Oh, I knew Clara's mother," Ms. Green sneered. "After the funeral, he pushed her away too. You're just his latest crutch." Sarah's confidence wavered. That night, she watched Lily play with Clara's books. "Can Mr. T come to my school play?" Lily asked. "I'm a frog." Sarah's heart ached. "He's busy, baby." "But he promised." Sarah blinked. "When?" "At daycare. He said frogs are his favorite." The next day, Sarah found Mr. Thompson arguing with the board on speakerphone. "The edits stay," he barked. She cleared her throat. "Lily wants you at her play, tomorrow, 10 a.m. He froze. "I have a merger meeting." "She's a frog," Sarah said, daring a smile. "Your favorite." A beat passed. He canceled the meeting. The school auditorium buzzed with parents. Lily peeked through the curtain, spotted Mr. Thompson in his navy suit and waved wildly. He stiffly waved back. The play was chaos. Kids forgetting lines, hopping off stage. Lily beamed as she riveted into a microphone. Mr. Thompson's stern face softened. Afterward, Lily dragged him to her terrarium of classroom frogs. "This one's Prince," she said, holding up a green frog. He chuckled, a deep, warm sound Sarah had never heard. Clara had one named King. "Twins," Lily gasped. On the drive back, Mr. Thompson hesitated. Would Lily like to visit Clara's grave? She asked about angels. Sarah tensed. She's 5. Death might scare her. Clara would have loved that, he said quietly. Being remembered through Lily's eyes. Sunday morning, they stood at Clara's grave. Lily placed a toy frog on the headstone. "Tell the angels I'll share my bugs," she whispered. Mr. Thompson knelt, tears streaming. "Thank you," he mouthed to Sarah. But as they left, Ms. Green's words haunted her. "You're just his crutch." The next day, disaster struck. Ms. Green leaked Sarah's edits, online sparking backlash. "Weak storytelling," fans raged. "Fire the editor." The board demanded Sarah's resignation. Mr. Thompson refused. "She stays." That night, Sarah found Lily crying. "Kid said Mommy's a bad guy." Rage and guilt consumed her. She stormed into the office, resignation letter in hand. Ms. Green smirked. "Told you." But Mr. Thompson tore the letter up. "You fight, remember?" He pushed a document forward, a lawsuit against Ms. Green for hacking. "We fight together." As they worked, Sarah realized he wasn't saving her. They were saving each other. But the next morning, a new headline blared. Thompson's new muse, dead daughter's replacement. Attached was a photo of Lily at Clara's grave. The photo of Lily at Clara's grave spread like wildfire. News vans camped outside Sarah's apartment. Strangers shouted questions. Are you exploiting his grief? Is Lily his adopted daughter? Sarah pulled Lily out of school. They hid inside, curtains drawn. Lily colored quietly, unaware of the storm. Why can't we see Mr. T? She asked. He's busy, Sarah lied, deleting his 12th unanswered call. At the office, chaos erupted. Reporters mobbed the lobby. The board demanded Mr. Thompson resign. You've turned this firm into a soap opera, a director yelled. Mr. Thompson sat in the dark, staring at Clara's photo. His phone buzzed, a text from Sarah. Stay away from us. Ms. Green smirked in the doorway. Told you she'd crack. He stood slowly, eyes blazing. You took that photo. You sold it. Prove it, she sneered. He slid a USB across the desk, security footage of her accessing Sarah's files. You're fired, and sued. Ms. Green's face paled. You'll regret this. Already do, he said. Forever hiring you. That night, Mr. Thompson drove to Sarah's apartment. She opened the door, eyes red. Please leave. I'll fix this, he said hoarsely. Fix it, Sarah snapped. Lily thinks she did something wrong. They're calling her a replacement, like she's not even real. Lily appeared, clutching her toy frog. Mr. T, they said you're my new grandpa, are you? The question gutted him. No, Lily, I'm just a friend. But friends don't hide, she said, tears spilling. Why won't you play anymore? Mr. Thompson knelt, ignoring the cameras across the street. I'm sorry, I messed up. Sarah slammed the door. The next morning, Mr. Thompson held a press conference. Reporters jeered as he stepped up. I owe the truth, he began, voice unsteady. Sarah Martinez isn't exploiting me. I exploited her, her strength, her daughter's light. He paused, gripping the podium. Clara's gone. But Lily, as she reminded me that love isn't a zero-sum game. Loving her doesn't erase my daughter. It keeps me human. The crowd murmured. Someone shouted, So you are her grandfather. Mr. Thompson's mask cracked. I'm just a man who forgot how to live until a child's hug forced me to try. He walked off, head high. Sarah watched the speech on her phone, Lily asleep in her lap. Tears dripped onto the screen. At midnight, a knock startled her. Mr. Thompson stood there disheveled. I'm stepping down as CEO. The board can't hurt you now. Sarah gaped. Why? Because Clara would have hated what I became. He handed her an envelope. For Lily's future, no strings. Inside was a college fund document. $200,000. Sarah shoved it back. We're not your charity. It's Clara's money, he said fiercely. She'd want Lily to have it. To live the life she couldn't. Sarah's resolve crumbled. She nodded. Days passed. The scandal faded. Sarah returned to work, but Mr. Thompson's office sat empty. "He's gone, ghost," co-workers whispered. One rainy afternoon, Lily found Sarah crying at the kitchen table, medical bills piled high. Lily's asthma had worsened. "Do I need an angel like Clara?" Lily asked quietly. "No, baby. You'll be fine," Sarah choked. "But what if I fly away?" Sarah hugged her, trembling. The doorbell rang. Mr. Thompson stood there, drenched, a folder in hand. "Sell the story." "What?" "Your life. The diner. The hug. The scandal. Publishers are bidding." He placed the folder on the table. "Offers over $1 million. Sarah stared. "You want me to exploit us?" "I want you to own your truth," he said, "so no one can twist it again." Lily tugged his sleeve. "Will you help Mommy write?" He knelt. "Only if you draw the pictures." They worked nights at Sarah's kitchen table, Mr. Thompson drafting chapters, Sarah editing, Lily coloring cover art. The book, The Hug That Healed Us, became a bestseller in weeks. At the book signing, Lily handed Mr. Thompson a frog drawing. "You're not my grandpa," she announced. "You're my always friend." He framed the picture next to Clara's. But as Sarah's fame grew, so did her fears. Fans recognized Lily everywhere. Strangers asked for hugs. One evening, a woman approached their table at the park. "Lily, can I get a photo?" Mr. Thompson stepped between them. "No," the woman sneered. "Who's he? Your bodyguard?" Lily grinned. "He's my Mr. T." Later, Sarah confronted him. "You can't shadow us forever." "Watch me," he said. That night, Sarah found him asleep on her couch, Lily's pink blanket over him. She realized he had nowhere else to go. The next morning, she handed him a key. "Rent's due Monday." He smiled, small, real. "Deal." But as they settled into fragile normalcy, a new threat emerged. Anonymous emails flooded Sarah's inbox. "Stop the lies, or she disappears." Attached was a photo of Lily's daycare. Sarah's hands shook as she stared at the email. The photo of Lily's daycare stared back, a red circle around the building. The message repeated, "Stop the lies, or she disappears." She sprinted to Mr. Thompson's room where he sat reading. "Look at this," she hissed, shoving the laptop at him. His face turned ashen. "Pack Lily's things, now." They moved like ghosts, grabbing clothes, toys, documents. Lily slept through it, unaware. Mr. Thompson called a contact. "I need a safe house. Today." By dawn, they were in a cabin deep in the woods, loaned by a friend. Lily explored the dusty rooms, thrilled. "Are we camping?" Sarah forced a smile. "An adventure." Mr. Thompson paced, phone glued to his ear. "Trace the email. Now." Days passed. Police found nothing. Reporters speculated. Is the hug girl in danger? Sarah deleted the articles, but Lily overheard a news clip. "Am I going to disappear?" she asked, clutching her frog plush. "Never." Mr. Thompson growled, kneeling to her level. "I'll turn into a real Mr. T and smash the bad guys." Lily giggled, but Sarah saw his fists clench. One night, a branch snapped outside. Sarah peered through the curtains. A shadow darted between trees. "Call the cops," Mr. Thompson ordered, grabbing a fireplace poker. "Don't go out there," Sarah pleaded, but he was already gone. The door slammed. Minutes later, he returned, limping. "Just a raccoon." Sarah noticed the cut on his arm. "You're lying." He bandaged it silently. The next morning, a detective arrived, a no-nonsense woman named Reyes. The email originated from a library computer, no cameras. She eyed Mr. Thompson. "Who'd you piss off?" "Many people," he said flatly. Reyes turned to Sarah. "The book made enemies. Anyone specific?" Sarah's mind flashed to Ms. Green's sneer. "You'll regret this." "A former co-worker," she mumbled. "Fired for leaking photos." Reyes took notes. "Name?" "Amanda Green." Mr. Thompson stiffened. "She's in Bali. I had her tracked." "People come back," Reyes said. That night, Lily woke screaming. The bad man's at the window. Sarah raced in. The window was shut, curtains still, but Lily's teddy bear lay on the floor, facing the glass. Mr. Thompson searched the woods. Nothing. She's just scared, Sarah said, rocking Lily. Or, someone's gaslighting us, he muttered. Days later, Reyes called. Green's still abroad, but someone accessed her old emails last week, sent threats using her style. Sarah's blood chilled. A copycat? Or a partner? The cabin felt smaller each day. Mr. Thompson taught Lily chess, his patience fraying. Sarah jumped at every noise. During a grocery run, Sarah spotted a black van trailing her car. She swerved into a gas station, dialing Mr. Thompson. They're here. Stay put. The van sped off. By the time Mr. Thompson arrived, Sarah was shaking too hard to drive. We can't live like this, she cried. We'll fix it, he said. But his voice lacked its usual steel. That night, he whispered, I'll disappear. They want me. Sarah grabbed his arm. And leave Lily wondering why her always friend abandoned her? No, he slumped. Clara's death. I couldn't stop it. I won't fail Lily too. Sarah hugged him, the first time. He froze, then hugged back, trembling. A week later, Reyes brought news. We found a witness. A woman bought burner phones near the library. She showed a sketch. Sarah gasped. Ms. Green's sister. She visited the office once. Mr. Thompson exploded. Why didn't you mention her? You never asked, Sarah shot back. Reyes left to pursue the lead. Hope flickered until Lily vanished during a forest walk. She was here, Sarah screamed, clutching Lily's hairband. Lily! Mr. Thompson crashed through bushes, voice raw. Police dogs arrived. Night fell. Then, a whimper. They found Lily curled in a hollow tree, a note pinned to her jacket. Last warning. Stop the book. Back at the cabin, Lily sobbed. A lady said you'd die if I told. Mr. Thompson held her, tears streaming. No one's dying. Ever. But Sarah noticed the symbol drawn on the note. A crude frog. Clara's frog. Mr. Thompson whispered. Only family knew. Sarah's phone buzzed. Unknown number. You took my sister's job. I'll take your joy. Attached was a photo of Clara's grave, defaced. Reyes arrived, grim. We found Green's sister. She's alibied. But someone else is pulling strings. Mr. Thompson stood, resolve hardening. We end this. Now. He called a press conference. Live-streamed worldwide. To the coward threatening us, he said, staring into the camera. Meet me tonight, alone, or keep haunting kids, like the monster you are. Sarah screamed, You'll get killed. Or free us all, he said, handing her an envelope. If I don't return, open this. That night, he drove to the meet spot, Clara's grave. Sarah watched the live stream, Lily asleep in her arms. Midnight. Wind howled. A figure emerged from the shadows, a woman in a black hoodie. Mr. Thompson stepped forward. Show yourself. She lowered the hood. Sarah gasped. It was Clara's mother. Clara's mother, Evelyn, stood under the moonlight, her face gaunt and eyes hollow. Mr. Thompson staggered back as if struck. You? He rasped. You're terrorizing Lily? Evelyn laughed bitterly. You replaced Clara with that waitress's kid. How could you? He stepped closer, voice shaking. I didn't replace her. I just stopped drowning. Sarah watched the live stream in horror, clutching Lily. We have to go, she told Reyes. It's a trap, Reyes warned, but Sarah grabbed the car keys and sped off. At the graveyard, Evelyn waved a knife. You forgot her. You erased our girl. Mr. Thompson stood firm. I live with her ghost every day. But Lily, she's alive. Let her stay that way. Why? Evelyn screamed. Because her mom's your new project? Poor little rich man playing hero. Headlights cut through the dark. Sarah's car screeched to a halt. Lily's here? Mr. Thompson roared. Sarah jumped out, Lily hidden in the back seat. Stop this, Evelyn. Clara wouldn't want this. Evelyn lunged at Sarah. You stole everything, Mr. Thompson tackled Evelyn. The knife clattered away. They grappled, rolling over Clara's grave. Mommy! Lily's scream pierced the night. Sarah whirled. A man in a black mask yanked Lily from the car. No! Sarah and Mr. Thompson shouted in unison. Evelyn froze. I didn't hire him. I swear. The masked man dragged Lily toward the woods. Mr. Thompson sprinted, decades, younger in his fury. Sarah followed, rocks cutting her bare feet. Let her go, Mr. Thompson roared. The man stopped, pressing a knife to Lily's throat. Money. Now. Mr. Thompson pulled out his wallet. Take it. Take everything. The man laughed. Not enough. Transfer $1 million. Lily sobbed. Mr. T, I'm scared. It's okay, Froglet, he said, voice calm. We're just playing tag. Sarah edged closer. Please, she's just a kid. The man tightened his grip. Transfer, now. Mr. Thompson fake-typed on his phone. Done. The man's phone buzzed, a distraction. Lily bit his hand. He howled, dropping the knife. Mr. Thompson lunged, pinning him down. Sarah grabbed Lily and ran. Police sirens wailed. Reyes arrived, cuffing the man. Got him. Evelyn sat slumped by Clara's grave, weeping. Mr. Thompson approached, bleeding. Why? After Clara died, Evelyn whispered, you buried yourself in work. I lost you both. Then I saw the news, you smiling with them. Mr. Thompson knelt. I'm sorry. I failed you. But hurting Lily won't bring Clara back. Evelyn touched Clara's headstone. She'd hate me. No, Sarah said, joining them. She'd want you to heal. Lily wriggled free and placed her toy frog on Evelyn's lap. For Clara, so she's not lonely. Evelyn broke. I'm so sorry. At the police station, Reyes revealed the masked man was a hired thug. No link to Evelyn. She just wanted to scare you. The death threats were his idea. Mr. Thompson bandaged his arm, watching Sarah hug Lily. I'll pay for Evelyn's therapy, and walk away if you want. Sarah hesitated. Stay. Lily needs you. He nodded, eyes wet. Days later, life settled. Mr. Thompson sold his mansion, donating most to children's hospitals. He rented a small house near Sarah's apartment. Lily started school again, her always friend walking her to class. Reporters left them alone. One evening, Sarah opened Mr. Thompson's envelope, the one he'd given her before the showdown. Inside was a will. Everything left to Lily. She stormed into his house. You plan to die that night? He stirred spaghetti. I hope not to. Don't do that again, she said, hugging him. He awkwardly patted her back. Noted. Lily burst in holding a frog. Can Mr. T keep it? No frogs in the house, Sarah and Mr. Thompson said together. They laughed, a real warm sound. But as Sarah left, a shadow moved across the street. A figure in a black hoodie watched them. Reyes called later. The thug's boss is still out there. Be careful. Sarah checked Lily's room. Empty. Lily? A giggle came from Mr. Thompson's backyard. Lily sat by a makeshift pond, releasing her frog. He needs friends. Mr. Thompson joined her. Clara had a pond like this. Sarah's phone buzzed. Unknown number. Your happy ending's cute, let's ruin it. She deleted it, trembling. But the figure across the street was gone. At bedtime, Lily whispered, the bad lady's still watching. Sarah froze. What lady? In my dreams. She says, soon. Sarah tucked her in, fear coiling in her gut. The next morning, Mr. Thompson's house was vandalized, red paint spelling liar on the walls. Inside, Clara's photo was slashed. Mr. Thompson collapsed into a chair. It never ends. Sarah gripped his shoulder. We fight, together. He nodded, resolve hardening. Then let's finish this. They drove to the cemetery, Lily in tow. At Clara's grave, Mr. Thompson placed a new frog statue. This ends now, he told the wind. But as they left, a drone buzzed overhead. A voice crackled through its speaker. "You can't hide, Thompson." Lily waved. "Hi, drone lady." The drone dropped a note. "Game over. Tomorrow." The next morning, Sarah and Mr. Thompson sat at the kitchen table, the drone's note between them. Lily colored nearby, humming. "We need a plan," Sarah said. Mr. Thompson nodded. "I'll call Reyes. Set a trap." "No," Sarah said. "We end this together." They drove to the cemetery, Lily clutching her frog plush. Police hid nearby. Mr. Thompson stepped forward, shouting, "Show yourself!" A woman emerged from behind Clara's statue, Ms. Green's sister, Anna. "You ruined my family," she spat. "Amanda's in jail because of you." Sarah stepped closer. "You hurt a child. You did this." Anna laughed, raising a remote. "This whole place is rigged. You'll all burn." Lily suddenly darted forward. "Bad lady, give that back." She grabbed the remote, biting Anna's hand. Anna screamed, dropping it. Mr. Thompson tackled her as police rushed in. Reyes cuffed Anna. "Game over," she said. Sarah hugged Lily, shaking. "You bitter?" Lily grinned. "Like Mr. T taught me." Back home, Mr. Thompson collapsed on the couch. "It's done." Sarah handed him a photo, Clara and Lily's drawings side by side. "They saved us." Months later, autumn leaves fell as Lily skipped to school, Mr. Thompson beside her. "Hurry, Mr. T, I'll be late." He chuckled. "Race you." Sarah watched from the window, her book on the shelf, the hug that healed us now a symbol of hope. The threats had stopped. Anna and her network were jailed. Evelyn sent letters from therapy, thanking them for forgiveness. At Lily's school play, she dressed as a frog. Mr. Thompson clapped loudest. Afterward, Lily hugged him. "You're my family now." He froze, then hugged back. "Always." That night, Sarah found him at Clara's grave. "She'd be proud," she said. He placed a frog statue beside the headstone. They both would. Years later, Lily graduated high school, Mr. Thompson cheering. At home, Sarah handed him a manuscript, Lily's story. "She wrote it for you." He read it, tears falling. "Perfect." As the sun set, Lily hugged him. "Thank you for staying." He smiled. "Thank you for the hug that changed everything."